Thank you for joining me for part two of I'm Crazy, I'm Insane, I'm an Idiot. Um, as I was stating at the end of the last or the first part, I was sent home with pay from work after stating that I wanted to let everybody know about what was going on in the world and what the Lord was telling me to do. Um, I was sent home with uh, pay, so and I was happy because I felt I had done my job in what the Lord had requested me to do, the Holy Spirit through the Holy Spirit. But when I got home, in my glee, I found out differently. The Holy Spirit didn't waste any time, and when I say I can hear the Holy Spirit speak to me, um, uh, during this time of being educated. It's not even like now. It doesn't. The Holy Spirit doesn't speak to me like every day, every hour, constantly. I hear the Holy Spirit. I only hear the Holy Spirit once in a while, speaking to me in His voice. I know it's not coming from my head. It's it's the Holy Spirit. Okay, I continue. Um, when the Holy Spirit spoke to me, He said that I had not done what I was supposed to do. And even though I came home with all this joy in my heart, on feeling that um, I'd done my task, I found out differently because Spirit said that I tried to pass the buck and get somebody else to do what I was supposed to do. And when I heard this, I knew exactly what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to spam this information through the internet and let everybody know in the company, well, the company system, that um, what I had learned, or post that sort of information on the internet, and that the Lord is coming. So I did not do this, and when I found out the Holy Spirit, or it seemed like God was upset with me, I bawled. I was bawling, um, like beside my bed. I didn't know. I hadn't done what I was supposed to do, and when I found out that I brought up my courage to do what I felt was right, and I didn't do it, and still hearing the Spirit, I was scared because of time and not getting my job that God said I wanted to do. Now I'm starting to get scared of God in a profound way. I've never ever been scared of Christ before because I always just loved Christ and knew Christ loved me. Um, Even though I wasn't like a regularly practicing Christian, I just believed in my heart of heart, that Christ had my back no matter what, um, and He knew that I loved Him and trusted Him. But I was learning a whole new ball game right at this point. So after finding or realizing that I didn't do my job, I really didn't believe that I was going to get another chance, even though the Spirit said I have to go back and, tell them what I was supposed to. So I realized that, uh, I believed that I wasn't going to get a chance. Uh, it was like saying that I didn't trust what I was hearing from God, that I was going to be going back. But I did go back 3 months later, and as I was getting set to go back, they make all these arrangements. Big company can't let you just walk back in the door, and everything be fine. You have to set plans on your provisions on how you're going to come in and get back into the groove of things. Anyways, I sort of tried to make a deal with God and telling Him how I would work this information into our system, and letting everybody know that what He said, or spam this information. And I stated that I would do it through a power failure. So in this way, I would not be doing it through intranet. I would be doing it to the people that were in the audience of the room, and I would just get up and speak and tell everybody that what I've been learning, a little bit anyways, that the Holy Spirit says that Jesus Christ is set to come back because of all the things that are going on in the world. And I did not do it because as I went back to work, I was there for a good 5 months, and the power never went out, which was quite a peculiar thing, because the power always went out. It was a regular thing for the power to go out while you're at work for whatever reason. Actually, it did go out one time, but as I was walking into work, the person that I was going to be working next to, the cubicle next to me, just said, "Oh, you're just in time. The power, everything came back on. You just made it." So I was puzzled by that, because I profoundly talked to the Lord with confidence that soon as He does this, I'll do this. It's like, let's make a deal. And I realize you don't make deals with God. Okay, God is a deal maker. You don't make deals with God. But anyways, at that time I didn't know. So I thought, you talk to God, you set things, all right, you do this, you do that, I'll do this, right? But no, it doesn't. It sounds funny to me right now. It sounds hilarious, but it never happened that way. So what had happened, a few months after going back to work, I broke my shoulder. This is whew, I broke my shoulder and dislocated my shoulder, and in doing so, I was disabled to work, and I realized that I was going to be off for a lot longer than I could even imagine. I've never been off work or injured where I could not recover, ever. And, I'm used to bouncing back up and getting back the first one back as quickly as possible. But this injury just kept on lingering, and it's not till recently, 2.5 years later, that it got repaired. But and during that time, I've been off work the whole time. But a few months into the injury, I realized that He's given me the time and the freedom to do what He wants me to do. During that time, where leading up to my first suspension, I had said that, "Lord, I don't have the time for this. There's no way I have the time." And the Holy Spirit did not answer me or whatever. I just remember saying that one time, "I do not have the time for what you're telling me I have to do. I got a daughter. I'm a single father, and I have to tend to her most of the time and live. I can't be doing what you're telling me to do. Go into the bars and talk to people, whatever, about this and that, and what Satan is doing or whatever. Look at this, look at that. I won't have time to. I'll try my best, but I can't do what you're explaining me to do. But shortly into, or a while into my injury, I realized, wow, I'm going to be off for close to 6 months, 7 months. And this is when the doctor was telling me that I have to come back from my third visit or speculation um, of my shoulder. He was expecting it to heal on its own, but it did not. It came up to close to a year, and he realized that it wasn't going to heal on its own like he was hoping. So in figuring this out, I realized that, wow, I hope I'm doing the Lord's uh, tasks that He's put me to do. By this time, I was already moving about. Every time I went out to the bar, I was trying to speak up or start sparking a conversation about worldly things and letting this and that person know that Jesus is coming. And I was speaking to the people in the bars and letting them know that the Lord is coming. Get your house in order, but very few people were listening. And even when I heard some people that were quite knowledgeable about worldly things and things of the Illuminati and how they know the spiritual things, that they were even twisted in their thinking on believing how these things are a part of the cycle of the earth. These things are happening for hundreds of thousands of years, and they continue to happen because this is what's noted to happen always. So there's even people that know the evil that's in the world, but they don't believe that God, the God of creation, is in control. Jesus Christ. Okay, continuing. So realizing that I was supposed to do this message, I jumped on in the car one day and went up to work and spammed that information out through the internet at work while I was off sick, and I was off for over a year, over a full year. I was off with my injury, but at this time I was so frightened that because I had not done this thing that the Lord had told me to do, I just ran into work and did that. So once I completed this task, came back home, and I was so relaxed, so comforted, that I still felt like I was behind in what I had to do or supposed to do. At that time, I had also joined a pool league to let everybody know at the tournaments that the Lord is coming as well. I would just pick up the mic and at special events and let everybody know that the Lord is coming. What you see across the pond, or meaning the ocean, on the other side of the world, is coming here.